Oh, sorry. I guess we're running. All right, here we go. I'm the author Mariah K. Porter, and I'm going to read my story, Empathy Girl Mirrored, which you can find on conquerthesilence.org. It'll open. Here we go. Happiness, excitement, eagerness, affection, boredom, disgust, hatred. These were the emotions I felt when I met my classmate's eyes. Once the bell rang, I felt surrounded by a deep mist. I already knew it. Nobody here was like me. No one here had any idea what I was experiencing. Then the boy in front of me turned around in his seat to hand back some papers. For a brief moment, his eyes met mine. I didn't feel any different. That couldn't be right. Did my powers not work on him? Or did he really feel the same as me? Was it possible? I waited for an excuse to talk to him, but none came. A day passed, then another. Finally, one day I saw him standing in front of his locker, alone. It was now or never. I squeezed my lunchbox to my chest and marched over. "Hey, Brandon." He met my eyes. I felt his surprise and a pain so similar to mine. "Hi." I'd rehearsed what I might say a million times before today, but I still fumbled. "I was just wondering, are you okay? Is something going on?" His voice perked up, and he smiled. His pain intensified. "Yeah, I'm fine." Brandon closed his locker. "See you later." I felt the shadow of depression creeping up behind me. Rejection, self-doubt, failure. No, I wouldn't look it in the eyes. All I had was my empathy power. If that wasn't enough, how would I help him? No one should have to feel like me. There had to be something I could do. I'd try again. Maybe I'd get him to talk to me before bringing it up next time. Days passed. I forgot about him. Then one day our teacher organized the class into partners. "Brandon, Rachel, you're together." He didn't smile at me. I felt nothing when our eyes met. I didn't smile either. And yet, we started to get along. I said something sarcastic. He cracked a joke. We talked about homework, then after-school activities, then our home life. We had a lot in common. Aside from homework, I mean. Almost everyone at our school belonged to the same religion, but not me, and not Brandon. He complained about how so many of his friends wanted to take seminary before school in ninth grade, meaning they'd go to bed earlier, meaning he'd be up late with no one to hang out with. He talked about how he hardly ever saw any of them anyway because so many went straight to religious activities after school. How they'd disappear for a week or two at a time, multiple times, over the summer, and he couldn't go with them. He couldn't go because he didn't believe the same things as them. I thought for days about what he was going through. His pain stemmed from the same place as mine. He felt he didn't have any real friends. How could I help him end his pain? One day it hit me. He needed new friends. He needed people to hang out with. I couldn't wait until our class together that day. I almost forgot about that shadow behind me entirely. If only I'd moved faster, maybe I would have left it behind. I beat him to class. My backpack went under my seat. I waited anxiously for him to come in and sit next to me. There he was. "Brandon." I met his mildly anticipative eyes. "Do you have any hobbies?" "Yeah, I guess." "Start a club." His eyes glazed over with amusement and confusion. He dropped his backpack and kicked it under his desk. "You want me to start a club for people who collect stuff from the zoo gift shop?" "Oh. Don't you have any other hobbies?" Brandon shrugged. "I kind of like robot stuff, I guess." "You could start a club based off of that." "Should I?" I could feel his overwhelm. He wasn't going to do it. "I'll help you." His lips twitched into a smile. "I guess we could try." I grinned. I'd done it. Now I just had to make it happen. It didn't happen that day. We tried. The office lady told us we didn't have enough people to start a club yet. Somehow we'd have to find more people first, and we'd have to get a teacher to back us. I took my time walking home that afternoon. When I got there, I sat on the edge of my bed. Darkness flickered in the body mirror next to my closet. I looked up at my reflection to see a pair of red, glowing eyes. Morose came over me. "What are you?" I whispered. It grinned. After a great struggle, I pulled my eyes away and curled into a ball. The feeling stayed with me. Brandon didn't care about me. He didn't believe I would help him from the beginning. It was all useless. I couldn't help him. I couldn't even help myself. I was useless. My computer dinged. Somebody had sent me a message on Facebook. I pulled myself up, desperately curious. Hardly anyone ever messaged me. It was Brandon. I needed to hear it out loud, so I read it myself. Hi, Rachel. I found 2 more people to join my club. They think they know which teacher would let us use their room. He was still typing. I waited another moment. Thanks again for helping me today. This club is going to be awesome. Something stirred inside of me. Growth. Acceptance. I made a difference. I messaged him back. I'm glad you're excited. That is the end of Empathy Girl Mirrored. Please stay tuned for the next episode, or you can subscribe to conquerthesilence.org and get updated as soon as the story is up. Thanks.